What's up, y'all? Welcome to our
YouTube channel.
So y'all asked, and here we are
Yes.
with highly requested our coming out story.
Yes.
Yittity.
Baby, you gonna go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't have a long coming out story.
All right, bam.
My story is not long at all. So yeah, I have always had an interest in girls or women since I was about 6 or 7. I feel like my first crush was a girl. My first crush was not a boy. My first crush is a girl. So from then, I always questioned like my sexuality. You know, whether or not I liked guys or whether or not I liked girls. But deep down inside, I knew I liked girls. And I always, I tried to hide it all the way through grade school. So elementary, middle school, high school, I pretty much tried to hide it. You know what I mean? And then I got to a point where I couldn't really take it anymore. So as far as like how did I tell my family and how did I tell like friends and stuff like that, funny story, I had just started talking to this girl, and I had just started getting into modeling, and my phone had died. So I'm messaging this girl on Facebook. My phone had died, and like a crazy person, I asked my mom, could I use her phone? So I get my mom's phone, I log out of her Facebook, log into my Facebook, and I could proceed to message the girl that I was talking to. You know, we're just trying to get to know each other, asking each other like personal questions and stuff like that. And then as I'm going through the not thinking about it, it was my time to do the part of the shooting. And the photographer called me, so I hand the phone to my mom, I'm in the middle of the photo shoot, and I see my mom like going through her phone, kind of like scrolling through her phone. And it didn't dawn on me that I didn't log out of the Facebook. It didn't dawn on me at all. So when I was done, she waited till I was done, and she's like, so what is this? And I was just like, what is what? And she was like, what is this on Facebook? Like, you talking to a girl? And I was like, yes, I'm talking to a girl. And then she was like, so is this something serious? Is this like a phase? Is this just something you're going through? Like, what's going on? And in that moment, I was just like, so dumbfounded. Like, I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, oh God, what the fuck? Like, what am I gonna say? Like, how am I gonna like get myself out of this? Like, I never even imagined that that's how that would happen, or that's how the conversation would go. Like, but yeah, that's how it went. That's how my mom found out I was into girls. But after that, we had a conversation, and she was like, so tell me what it is, what's going on, and and so yeah, I just basically told her like, I like girls, I like, and yeah. So she was like, okay, I love you, you're my daughter, and I'm gonna remain supportive. She's like, you know how I feel about it, in the sense of her being like she's really religious, you know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't say religious, she's just, I hate to say religious, because religious can mean so many different things. You know what I'm saying? But she has her beliefs. I'll say that. She has her beliefs. And, yeah. So she just told me, like, I love you. You know how I feel, but I'm going to always support you. I'm going to always be here for you. And that's how it's always been. So, I mean, I don't have, like, an intriguing, like, amazing coming out story. Like, that's my story. And then as far as family and friends, it just kind of, as they came along, they got introduced to it the more I got comfortable being who I am. You know what I mean? And dating and the way I dress and all that stuff. So that's how that came about. Yeah.
Okay.
Quick and easy.
Quick and easy. All right, that's what's up.
Okay. Let me close it. I close it. Air on anyway. Okay. Let me start smoking. I'm good.
this part gonna be edited out.
Alright, but let me ask you another question. You think I should like draw the story out?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
It's gonna be maybe about 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. 10 minutes is good enough.
Okay, cool.
So, my coming out story. Well, I did not openly come out until I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
It was never a secret.
Mhm.
It's just that people have always known me to date and be in monogamous long-term relationships with men.
Uh-huh.
So there was never really an actual opportunity
Okay.
for them to be introduced to that other part of me.
Right.
I knew that I was into women when I was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about the 3rd or 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and a group of other girls, and we were just kind of like, you know, really intrigued, I guess, by each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I realized that, you know, it was something that I felt, that I wanted to be in their space more so than in a boy's space.
Yeah.
But I did like boys too, and I did have my little crushes on boys too, but I
Mhm.
knew there was a feeling in me that liked girls.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, all the way up until I think my first experience sexually
Mhm.
like that, I was in my early 20s, very early 20s. I think I was maybe 21, 22. My first actual like experience sexually with a woman. But it wasn't until I met Mia that I was actually ready to tell my family.
Mm-hmm.
And so how it happened for me is me and Mia, we had been talking for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back home to Miami. And I was like, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you know, let's go to the beach. I want to take you to the beach. You know, I haven't been to the beach in a while. Just me and you know, I don't really want to take the kids. And so I ended up going to the beach with her, just the two of us. And I just couldn't figure out exactly when I wanted to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I kept stalling and stalling and stalling. And then she went off to go and order something to eat. And I was like, okay, when she comes back, I'm just going to talk to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
When she comes back, I'm going to say it. And so she comes back, and I pour a drink, and I pour her a drink. And I make sure, you know, she's like laid back and comfortable. And then I was like, well, you know, I kind of have to tell you something. You know, remember when I was telling you that I was dating someone, I was talking to someone? Well, you know, it's kind of serious, and it's a female, and I don't know how you're gonna take it. And so she was, my mom, it was more like she kind of flowed into it. It wasn't really like a pause. She was just like, you know, talking about like my older aunt, how my aunt actually was in love with a woman, and how that woman, she, you know, adored her and loved her for years. And she was like, you know, I still love you. I don't want you to think that I don't love you, you know, but yeah, you know, that's very possible to have those kind of feelings. And I was like, okay, but I just didn't want you to like be upset or mad at me. And she's like, of course not. Why would I be mad? And I just burst out crying. And I was just like, okay, I just didn't know how you would feel, and I just want you to be okay. As long as you're okay, I don't care. And so yeah, that was pretty much my coming out story. Not long after that, maybe a month after that, is the first time that she met Mia. And that's pretty much it. As far as the kids, I did sit my daughter down. I sat her down. Well, actually, I allowed my kids to meet Mia first, as my friend. And so when I finally sat my daughter down, I was basically like, you remember Mia, the girl that you met? And she was like, yeah, you know, she's really nice and all that. And I was like, yeah. I said, well, how do you feel about, you know, me and her having a relationship? And she was like, okay. And we were in the car. She was in the back seat. And then it was like maybe 5 minutes had passed, and I felt like she was in the back just kind of thinking about it. And she goes, Mom, when you say relationship, you mean like romantic? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, okay, I'm okay with it. She's nice. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was pretty much how it happened, you know? And I didn't even get a chance to tell my son, because she told my son, my daughter. So now we're all just one big happy family.
Yay.
that's our coming out story.
That's it. Short and sweet, man. I
Short
wish I
and
could
sweet.
give you something like extravagant, like I had a
Yeah.
little party, but no.
No, I think the only thing that was probably different between the two of us is I didn't openly come out until my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Yeah, but the best part about both of our story is we had supporting parents.
Yes.
And that's very rare.
yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. Supporting parents, and also my siblings are very, very supportive. So,
Yes, agreed. Same here. My siblings are also. So,
yeah.
I guess everybody invited to the wedding.
Yes, everybody coming, y'all. Y'all too. Y'all too.
Yeah, y'all can come. Bye, y'all.
All right, have a good.